Hello, everyone. Welcome back to St. Louis Billikens Dynasty. This is Rainout, and the season from hell has descended to the ninth layer of hell. We are just hanging out with Satan at this point. And yeah, it's just that loss to Ohio has had damning consequences for the season. 1-6 Ohio destroyed us at home with two top-tier recruits in attendance, and because of that, we have lost out on both their commitments. Lyle Luter, with a big visit, we could have had a chance, but we just got barely any influence due to a blowout loss to 1-6 Ohio. And Louisville has passed us with a schedule still on the calendar. So it is literally impossible for us to win this recruitment. So we were in on a 5-star quarterback, the number 2 quarterback in the nation, the number 9 player in the nation, and we could have very well gotten his signature. But the game said fuck you, so I guess we're not. So Lyle Luter will come off the board. We lost Gio Hurd to Ball State. They just made an unbelievable push late, and they had a Week 9 visit as well, so he's going to come off the board. Johnny Yoder also committed to Ball State following a visit. He's going to have to come off the board. And then we lost the 4-star wide receiver, Max Steinbach. I said it was just going to come down to the visit and how it went. We actually maxed him out on influence, as you can see on the orange bar. We completely maxed him out, as did Auburn. So it came down to who he just who he wanted to commit to. And I mean, after coming to St. Louis and watching an absolute shellacking by 1-6 Ohio, I would go, yeah, let me stay in state in Alabama and go to Auburn. Yeah, just absolutely horrific consequences for the game rigging a winnable game. And he's going to have to come off the board as well. And we've got a lot of holes in this recruiting class now. We have no commits still. And we have to find a few more fallback plans for next year. And yeah, the worst part about having a bad year is it carries over, because recruits don't want to come to your school if you're just having an awful year. So then it becomes even harder to have to bounce back when you don't have people waiting to come to fill in the gaps on your team. On the depth chart, we have moved Vince Trinidad back to the starting role. Burned his red shirt last game in an attempt to get something going. Nothing happened. And we can't redshirt him anymore, so we might as well keep playing him. And odds are he's going to be the starting quarterback next year as well, since we don't have Lyle Luter on the cards anymore. So we might as well get him some playing time and some experience while we're here. And then I have folded. I did move the skill level down from Heisman to All-American. And that sounds like a cowardly way out, but at some point, the game just stopped being fun, and I mean, why am I going to continue to play a game that's not fun? Heisman difficulty just clearly is not the right move. There comes a point where knowing football and knowing football concepts, you're not rewarded for it anymore on Heisman difficulty. If you have a good game plan, if you play the right way, it still doesn't matter, because the CPU will just punish you however they deem fit. So why would I continue to play something where in a football game, playing the right kind of football doesn't get you results? It's not, Heisman isn't about how well you know the game. It's about how well you can cheese the CPU. And I'm not really in the mood to run the same 5 cheese plays over and over and over. That's just not fun to me. And it's also not fun to just get my back completely blown out. So I'm going to move it down to All-American. Hopefully that'll get us some better results, but you never know. We might lose every game anyway. But at least the games might still be a little bit more competitive and not 50-point blowouts every single week. And then once the team gets better, I could consider moving it back. But for right now, we're going to stay on All-American. And then this week, we were playing Western Michigan. They are 3-6. We are 2-6. Western Michigan was one of our rare wins last week. I mean, last year. We We had basically a walk-off field goal after we had a crazy 60-yard reception deflected off the cornerback's hands into our wide receiver's hands as he went up to swat it down. Yeah, that was a fun one. And we'll be hosting them this time. And we have to win out the rest of the year if we want to be bowl eligible. And I feel like bowl eligibility helps with program tradition and coach prestige. And we desperately need to get our school grades up. So I really, really want to win out. But with the way we've been playing, it's a long shot. All right, here we are in St. Louis. It is a nighttime game. Can't really tell because we're in a dome, but it is like 7 p.m. right now. So we're gonna come out with the blackout uniforms. Haven't really done us justice the last few times we've worn them. Haven't won with them. But we gotta turn something around, and we might as well look good while we get shellacked. So we're gonna run some read option with Vince Trinidad to start off. We gotta get his legs going, and he's got just enough speed to get to the sideline. That's gain of 6. Why don't we do it a second time? A little bit worse, but it brings up 3rd and manageable, and this coach suggestions want me to run read option a 3rd time. But I do like Leon Golden on the streak on the left, or Young Jr. on the out. He did win. Can we get it out? No, just not led far enough. Should have maybe just gotten the guaranteed first, but I thought he won off the line. Cornerback stayed with him the whole way and just wasn't led far enough to let him get a hand up on it. And we'll have to punt. We've started off every single game with a 3-and-out, I feel like. And that's annoying because I feel like last year we started off games pretty well. We just didn't have the speed to keep up. But this year we just have no momentum at all. QB keeper. Yeah, I keep forgetting. I wish you could set coach adjustments to be standard, like in the menu, so it stays the same through every single game. But you have to turn option defense to conservative, or the quarterback will just mow you down every single play, every single read option. If you let the running back have it, you'll actually have a chance. All right, 3rd and inches. And did we stand him up? Yes, we did. Wow. He broke one tackle. Looked like he was going to do the standard, just fall over the line for the first down. But a second guy stood him up before he could do it. And Western Michigan will punt from the midway mark. And that's not a really good punt. We'll get it at the 20. There's Lonnie Dunbar on the swing. Good enough yardage. I feel like we go no huddle. I do like this 2 halfback formation. It's pretty good. Well, I thought he was going to keep running. He did good to at least get back to the line, but I thought he was going to have more momentum when he caught that. And I tried to throw it immediately, but he did the play action first, so I couldn't just immediately throw like an RPO. Got to get some yards back here. They're going for the halfback every single time. And we'll take it with Vince Trinidad. He's got 90 speed, but it only really shows when he gets past the line of scrimmage. I guess that is a thing. The EA has nerfed. What the heck? I've never ran this play before. It doesn't really do much for us. But yeah, EA, they've nerfed the QB speed behind the line of scrimmage, so you can't just scramble around all day. No gain on that play either. It'll be 3rd and 10. And this might be 4-down territory if we can get a little bit back. That's a good throw away, but 4th and inches, I feel like we have to pull out the I form again. We had so much success last year just punching it on 4th and inches with Cameron Teague. He's not out there this time. It's just Lonnie Dunbar, and he's got about 6 for a first down. Yeah, we just need to do simple plays. We don't have to go with the long bomb every single play. You just got to take the yards that the defense gives you. It's a bit boring, but that's what gave us success last year, and we've just not been able to replicate it this year. We've gotten too greedy at times. And we'll get one more playoff here before the end of the first quarter. Yeah, I should have handed it off there, but it paid off. I don't know what the end was doing, and that's a great stiff arm from Vince Trinidad. That'll be the end of the first quarter. And 0-0 is your score. We've been dominating the time of possession. We've had, I guess, 2 possessions to their 1. But we've been running the ball a lot more. Just a lot more time coming off the clock. Yeah, I just mean slow, methodical is our game. We just need to take time off the clock, put some points on the board, and not let them respond. And that's not a good start. Can Choi beat up the seam here? They vacate him, but he was covered pretty well. Here's Leon Golden on the other underneath, wide open. That's a 1st and goal. And they read the read option that time. They had 2 guys on the edge waiting to bring him down. 2nd and goal from the 11. We got work to do. And I rolled away from the flood. There's nowhere to go. Well, this promising drive is looking like it's going to come to a halt here. Need a good play here on 3rd and goal. There's no one in the box. Dunbar might be wide open here unless someone drops back. And just out of reach. He is wide open. Oh, my goodness. That's unfortunate. Did he get bumped? Yeah, he got bumped by the defender, and that threw off his route. So then he was just not able to get there. And we'll have to settle 4-3. Here we go. We're up 3-0. Good drive, just unfortunately stalled out in the goal-to-go situation. Had a negative play on a read option and just couldn't get any yards back. But we'll take the lead at this point. Defense played well on their first possession. And as long as we can keep it close, we'll definitely have a chance in the game. That's a good stop. We blew up the draw play. And if we can finally start getting some pressure into the backfield, well, we might look like a completely different team. Jet sweep. It is. Can we get out there? Yes, we do. We shut down the spin move. It'll be 3rd and 12. That's Jeffrey Reynolds running out there. He's definitely been one of our best D players. He's just the field general out there in the middle linebacker spot. And when he's on, this team goes when he's on. So we need him to have a good game, as always. Can we pick that off? Yes, we can. It's a duck that is intercepted on the streak, and he's got room to go down the sideline. Makes one man miss, dragged down inside the 20. Is that Terry Poole? Oh, my goodness. The slowest man in football history just comes down with the football. He was playing a deep 3rd, and luckily the quarterback just threw a duck. Yes, that is Terry Poole, the senior. He's only got 83 speed trying to play cornerback. And yeah, luckily the quarterback just threw it too early, I guess. I don't know if Terry Poole would have had the speed to run with that streak down the field. But just let it right to him. He was able to jump, get the pick, and now we are in business in the red zone immediately. Here's Vince Trinidad on the keeper. Just don't fumble. 7-yard gain. Haven't been doing a good job of sliding with Vince Trinidad. But I feel like he has the frame to take these kinds of hits. It's not like he's getting blown up with hit sticks. We can take a few arm tackles, just as long as he doesn't fumble. Here's Lonnie Dunbar, gets 1. I feel like we just have to keep it on the ground. No reason to go into the air in this spot. 3rd and 2. Hand it off to Lonnie Dunbar. He'll drive across for the 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5. And here's Vince Trinidad, and then the QB keeper, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Vince Trinidad. And he is finally starting to show off his skill set in this game. Redshirted him because he was 90 speed but couldn't run. But then Sean Bartlett just couldn't get it done for us. We had to bring him back in. And we're starting to lean into what he does best. He's not a thrower. He's not a very accurate thrower, I should say. He's got a powerful arm, not a very accurate one. But he can run. And I love the stance he gets in whenever it's a designed QB run. It's the goofiest thing. He does the craziest leg kick of all time. You can't see it on this replay. You'd have to rewind in the video to see it. But like, it's so goofy, and every time you see it, you know, oh, this is going to be a QB run no matter what. So it's a pretty big tell, but they couldn't stop it that time. He had a big speed boost up the middle and had just too much power. And we'll be up 10-0 on Western Michigan. We've been playing great on both sides of the ball. It's a very refreshing sight. Shoot the gap. We just missed him. And he breaks off a huge gain off of that. We got to bring him down in the backfield. We just missed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I just shoot the gap with Jeffrey Reynolds. That should be a huge blowout, but I just run past him. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. And then he just broke a couple tackles, got a few blocks, and yeah, went from a 5-yard loss to a 20-yard gain. It's going to be a draw. And he got lit up. Only a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. And that'll be the 2-minute warning. This game's going by pretty quick, but that's what happens when you just run it every single play. Time drains away. Now we just need a stop here. Can we get to the quarterback? Yes, we can. Is that Maurice Hester? It is. He won on the spin move to the interior. And he swarmed the quarterback on that play. He's got quick jump, and he needs to use that ability more to explode off the edge. He hasn't really done as much as I think he could have this year. But yeah, that'll be they'll throw short of the sticks on 3rd down. They'll have to punt, and they were forced out of bounds, so we won't even be forced to use a timeout. This is as good a defensive stop as we could have hoped for in that situation. And we'll get the ball with a minute 30-something to work with. And we're going to have to go back to the throwing game, unfortunately. But we just got to be smart with the ball, pretty much. That's good enough. Leon Golden turning upfield, gets out of bounds. That's a good start. Here's the drag again. This time it's LJ Young Jr. coming from the other side. It's another like 16-yard gain. That's a crazy throw, but somehow it works out. Oh, if this was still Heisman difficulty, that would have been picked for sure. But Mason Williams snuck in between the two zone players and came down with it through contact. Haven't seen that much. Yeah, that was a crazy throw. If this was Heisman difficulty, this guy is jumping it for sure. But just snuck it between them, and he got lit up, but he held on. I mean, we can afford to slow it down a little bit here. We're down at the 32 with about a minute left. We're not in any sort of rush here. And that screen pass was almost intercepted. All right. I kind of just laid it out there to give him time to get under it, because sometimes he gets stuck on the O-line, and bullet passes, they'll just miss him. So I put a lot of air under that, but they read that screen pass all the way. It's another underneath for a gain of 3. I'd love to get a touchdown here. I don't know. 3 points doesn't really do much for us. Let's roll out with Vince Trinidad. Has he got space up the middle? Yes, he does. He's got a lot of room. Can he get down the field? He gets out of bounds, runs a man over. This dude is a glorified running back, but look at him go. He's got so much power when he runs too. You'd think as a quarterback he'd just be weak, but he just lowered the shoulder and just manhandled that guy. That's embarrassing. Yeah, if we get a good quarterback, it might be worth moving Vince Trinidad to running back. He has got 90 speed. He's got good juke move. He's got good power. He'd make a great running back, and his rating is actually really good as a running back already. But he's our best quarterback as well, so we got to keep him here. If we had gotten Lyle Luter, I would have for sure moved him, but not going to be on the cards, unfortunately. All right, 2nd and goal from the 7. Haven't really figured out how to work in the red zone so far. And there's a sideline. That's a touchdown. Is that Leon Golden? Can't really see the number. No, that's Nathan Acevedo on a kind of a speed out a little bit. Not truly a speed out, but he got out there in a hurry. And the cornerback couldn't really keep up. Speed kills. He's got 93. And yeah, a little bit of a duck, a little bit of a wobbler in the air, but just able to get both feet in bounds, fall down. And we're up 17 on Western Michigan. And with 15 seconds left, I wouldn't expect them to have a big chance to score, but you never know. Gotta stay diligent here. They will get the ball to start the second half, so let's not give them an opportunity to double up on us. Looks like they will run a play. So everyone back up. It'll be crazy. It'll be a run. Just whiffed with Maurice Hester. Wrap up in bounds, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have ball hawk on, which magnetizes you to the running back, or the guy with the ball at least, but it feels like I just keep running by people. I don't know what the deal is with that. We'll throw on this play. And he'll heave it deep. We've got one-on-one coverage down the field, and that's intercepted on the weirdest deflection play, and we might have a chance to take it back. No, we're not. We ran into one of our teammates, and we couldn't get the edge, but, I mean, didn't really matter much. End of the half. I mean, a lot of those plays went in the other team's favor instead of our favor. The heave down the field that gets popped up into the air for a takeaway by the other defender not involved with the play. But I think that was Renee Franklin who took it away. He's got a lot of interceptions as our free safety. But yeah, that'll help out with our playing style grade for sure. And we're up at the half, 17-0. I feel like we thoroughly dominated that half of play. We went through the ground, we went through the air, and our defense was stout for really the first time in a long while. 2 interceptions already. One was just whatever, but the takeaway by Terry Poole set up points in the red zone. And that's a great play by Maurice Hester to came down from the other side of the formation to hit up the sweep play. That was a very, very slow handoff. I don't know what that was, but it gave us time to explode across. Now they'll run for an empty on 2nd and 11. Jet sweep. Yes, it is. Maurice Hester shuts that down as well. He's everywhere today. This is his breakout game. He's had a couple great performances in his St. Louis Billikens career, but this might be the best one. 3rd and 14. This has got to be a run. I mean, it got to be a pass. We'll play over the top. And we force a check down with the pressure, and it'll be 4th and 12. I mean, another great stand from this defense. They are all over the place right now. It's a horrific punt. There's a lot of horrific punts by the CPU in this game. Are they just all recruiting accurate punters that can't kick down the field? Is that what's going on? Let's try the triple option. We don't run that enough. It's really effective play. Hit it out to Lonnie Dunbar. Good jig move. Only gets 2. I probably should have just handed it off to Perkins on that one. The edge didn't really crash down. I kept it anyway. But 3rd and 5. I like Choi on this out. Yep, he's open. They were playing off coverage, and he just quick out made him pay. Now we go back to the ground. Shoot time off the clock. Don't let Western Michigan get back into this game. And we play to our strength. Here's Vince Trinidad. Fooled everybody on that one, and he gets a first down. He had 3 different people chasing after the halfback. He had all sorts of space to run into. I mean, that's why you have to do conservative on the read option for the quarterback, because everyone just goes after the halfback if you don't do that, and there's just acres of space for him to run into. We're taking advantage of it here, but throw on the run. Here's Oscar Troy down the sideline. We're making it look easy now. Crazy what happens when you're not playing Heisman difficulty anymore. It's actually like we're a competent team that is actually 77 overall. We'll run up the middle with Vince Trinidad. Just slide. I think he's a little banged up on the wear and tear now. We don't want to do anything too crazy. No, he's fine. I don't know why I saw yellow for some reason. It is a little bit of a yellowish green, but yeah, he's fine. Jet sweep. Still can't really pull that one off. Yeah, what's the flag on? We got to hold. All right. My O-line is still as bad as ever. It'll be 2nd and 11 instead of 3rd and 1. Is it crazy to go with QB power on 2nd and 11? Yeah, they've stacked the box. We can't run this play. Let's not be stupid. And nope. All right. 3rd and 24. This drive has stalled out thanks to a hold and a bad scramble by me. Tried to scramble to the right. No, there's no routes on the right side of the field, and then couldn't get around the edge. All right, we just can't throw an interception here. Might just tuck and run up the middle. Get some yards back for the field goal. Good enough. 40 yards should be makeable. And right down the middle for Merriman. And we've just added to our lead. Is it 20-0 now? Yes, it is. We're with only a minute and a half left in the 3rd quarter. We are up. Yeah, three possessions. And Western Michigan has to get something going if they want to get back in this game. We're finally getting pressure on these run plays. This is so cathartic. Like, I was tired of all these 10-foot wide holes that they were running through, but we're actually filling gaps now. Still can't tackle, though. Still can't tackle. That's still a problem. Yeah, we just need better tacklers. I feel like that's just a rating issue at this point. And that's true. We don't really have good players in the secondary. They can't cover or tackle. But that's why we're recruiting. We need better players. And to get better players, we need to start winning. So it's a good start, but we need to finish it off. Can't get complacent here. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. They won't pull another snap. We just got 8 minutes to kill here. Chewing clock has been easy with our run game, and we haven't really given them too many opportunities to score on the defense. And that might be the game plan going forward. We need to control the time of possession, control the clock, and that'll stop them from having too many chances to answer. That's a huge loft down the field, right in stride. Davis Mills got cooked down the sideline. And that'll be Western Michigan's first points to the game. That was a great throw by the quarterback, too. He was stepping up in the pocket, threw on the run going forward, just laid it up right into his hands. Malik Diudon, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say that name. But yeah, that was a great throw and catch. Would have thought that was Terry Poole with how bad he got torched. But yeah, it's just that's just our secondary for you. That's why I have 4 quarterbacks being recruited right now. Lost down in a good one with Yoder to Ball State, but we have backups. This Trinidad, huge juke move. That juke move is insane. He gets so much distance on it. He just went around that guy like he was not there. 2nd and 3. Lonnie Dunbar up the middle. Had to switch it up on the read option, hand it off, keep him guessing. First down. I feel like we turn on chew clock here just to get as much time down as possible. Don't need to give him time to answer at all. There's Mason Williams, gets a few back. 3rd and 3. A fake jet sweep to the short side of the fielder. Who would fall for this? Oh, Mason Williams finally came open, but do we go for it here? That's a good question. No, don't be stupid. Make him work down the full length of the field. Make him drain as much time as possible. That's a great punt and great coverage. We got him down to the 17. Yeah, if we don't get it there, they'll have it at our own 40. And they'll have a short field to work with and put up points, and that just is too easy for them. And then it won't drain enough clock. We'll be in trouble. So make them work down the full length of the field. They're still down 2 possessions. And they're going deep. We need to start playing a few more people back. That was a good breakup by Warren Barron. But man is also a little terrifying. And that's intercepted. He threw it. He was kind of hiding behind the ref. That's Terry Poole again, and he's going to go all the way. Pick 6 for the slowest man on earth. What is this game? He was hiding so well behind the ref that I didn't even see him. I thought that was going to be a wide open completion, but all of a sudden Terry Poole's jumping up into the air to make that catch. Yeah, see, look at him. He's hiding. That's crazy. And then almost ran the ref over trying to run that back. And he had that's 83 speed, by the way. I don't know how he turned the corner there. But that might have just put the game away. And they want us to go for 2 here. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But what do we run? QB draw sounds crazy. But they're not really stacking the box. Ms. Trinidad, what do you got? And he forces his way in. Wow, he got stood up at like the 2. I'm used to seeing that go the other way for us, but did he have any help? No, he just backed his way in. All right. That's QB power right there. And we're up 28-7, 3 touchdown lead. And yeah, that's probably the game. We just need to play good football the rest of the way through. And quarterback's going to take off, break a tackle. He'll get the first down. Kind of vacated that side of the field following a crosser, so he had space to run. Didn't want to leave the pass open. Sometimes you got to pick your battles on defense. Undercut it. That's another pick. It's a user pick. Who is it this time? Oh my goodness. Everyone in the secondary heard me calling him out for being terrible, and they're making plays today. Name didn't pop up. I couldn't see who it was. That's Randy Richards, the strong safety. Yeah, just kind of undercut the route. It looked like he was going to be open, but I had to user him and get back underneath it. And yeah, just a little bit of an underthrow, and that allowed us to take it away. And that is well and truly the game. We just need to play solid football. Keep the ball on the ground. Chew up clock. And we should have our 3rd win of the season. They have everyone in the box right now. I wonder if they know what we're going to run. How about yet another read option? And didn't go anywhere that time. I probably should have pulled it. Yeah, let's just continue to not be stupid. I have gone on 4th down way too much the past couple of games, and that's just really compounded the issue. Or I kept going for it on 4th down because I was justifying it with my defense is terrible and they're going to score anyway, so we might as well try to keep the ball by going for it on 4th down. Then we would never get it on 4th down, and then they'd have a short field to work with, and they would just score easily because they only had to go 40 yards instead of 80. And then it just became a compounding issue, circling the drain pretty much. But we just need to play smart football. Put the ball away when it makes sense. Make them work to beat us. a good tackle in space. That's a 2-minute warning. Yeah, we just need to back up, keep people in front of us. Don't make any stupid mistakes down the field. And they shouldn't have enough time to come back in this game. It's good enough. Everyone was playing 15 yards down the field, but that's fine. It's a good throw. Yeah, this is completely fine. We just need time off the clock. We don't need to shut down any plays. Just give them the underneath. That's a good throw too. Yeah, so that's the problem with playing prevent. They just dice you up. But if we were down a possession, I wouldn't be playing this far off. You're just making it too easy for them. But we just can't give them any chunk plays. That's the name of the game. And then we can clamp down in the red zone once we get there. That's a huge hit to knock the ball loose. That's Jeffrey Reynolds. He's a monster in the middle. Just blew that play up. And it'll be 3rd and 6. We got him down. We're going to sack him well back. And they'll have to convert a 4th and 20. I don't know why you wouldn't call a timeout here. But 4th and 20. They need a miracle here. And no, he's not even going to be close. Made the completion, but didn't have enough space to turn up for the first down. And that will be your ball game. We just need to run it a couple more times. And we'll walk out of Dome at America Center with the win. Can't remember the last time we did that. Week 1 against FCS East. And Western Michigan's not going to call their timeouts. This will be the last snap of the game. Hand it off to Dunbar. And of course he gets hurt on the last play of the game, but better than Trinidad, I guess. And the clock winds down. The crowd on their feet. St. Louis University has come away with their 3rd win of the season, and they made it look easy. That was just thorough domination by both sides of the ball. 3 takeaways by the defense. And Vince Trinidad had his breakout game. Only 130 yards through the air. But 2 passing touchdowns, I think it said. And a lot of yards on his feet. That's where the magic really happened. We stuck to the ground game. And we just kind of pounded Western Michigan into submission. What a win for the boys in blue. Let's look at the player stats. Vince Trinidad, yeah, 137 in the air. 72% completion, but we didn't really ask him to do much. Wasn't really looking downfield. Just keep it underneath, keep it simple. And just the 1 touchdown. I guess the other one was a rushing touchdown on the QB power. Yeah, that was just a great display of power and speed by Vince Trinidad. He was also our leading rusher, 81 yards on the ground. Dunbar had about 36. It's really not the most efficient still for our running backs. Only 3 yards per carry. But, I mean, our quarterback did most of the work. That's really all we needed. Receiving, Leon Golden had 38 yards and was tied for the most receptions. Acevedo had the 1 touchdown catch on the out on the red zone. And then only 1 sack given up. That was a great display by our O-line as well. Not really in the running game. There still wasn't really that many holes to find when running interior. A lot of our success was outside on read options. But yeah, I guess I suppose we didn't really throw much either. But they kept the quarterback upright pretty much. That's all you can really ask for. And then defensively, Jeffrey Reynolds was a beast again. 6 tackles total. 2 tackles for loss. Maurice Hester had 4 tackles for loss. That was another huge game from him. Zach Waters had a sack. Maurice Hester and Merle Willis combined for another one. And then Terry Poole had 2 interceptions. Slowest man on earth made it happen. One of them came back for a pick 6. There was 4 interceptions? Oh yeah, I'm forgetting the one that happened at the end of the first half that didn't really matter. But Renee Franklin had that one on the Hail Mary. And then Randy Richards undercut it for the last one that really put the game away. Yeah, just a immense performance by the defense. They finally shown up this season. And we have finally leveled up. Wow. I cannot even remember the last time we went up a level. But we're now level 8. We got 10 points to work with. And unfortunately, that upgrade comes too late. The last thing on Recruiter I was looking for was the recruiting actions have bigger impacts on QBs. That's the last one I needed. And that would have really helped with Lyle Luter, but he's out of the picture now. So that's unfortunate. Do we take it anyway to help out with the backup QBs we're going to be recruiting? Or do we go straight into Tactician? I usually go with Motivator next, so you get the off-season training boost. But I don't really feel like that's as important right now. We need better on-field success, and Tactician will help boost ratings, which is definitely what we need more. And it's not really like we have the XP right now and the coach points to get 3 tiers deep on Motivator. So I feel like we go Tactician next. Get additional XP for every win, so we can level up even faster, and then we can get better stats for our players. I think that's what we do. Well, I don't know if I mentioned, but Garrison Addington is probably also off the cards. My 4-star center recruit that I'm going after, but Tennessee has just exploded up the board. Auburn's right on their heels. We just don't have the influence to keep up, so he will also have to come off the board. Another top-rated prospect we hoped we could get, and just big schools are closing the gaps late in the recruiting process. It's just a repeating process here. And then Joey Riggs. Ball State has a Week 11 visit, and that'll probably put him ahead of us for this guy. So do we have to get him in on a visit next to? We can get him in on a Week 12. That might have to happen. But what can we even sell him on? We can sell him on proximity to home, so it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. We can't get him in on a game, though, unfortunately, until Week 13. And by Week 13, I think the recruitment might be done. So I'll have to see if I have points left over to do that once we get more people onto the board. And then Eric Mendoza, our 5-star running back we're going after. We're still in the lead, but Duke is gaining ground in a hurry. I didn't have full points on him until this week, so it's not reflecting on the bar yet. So we might have a bit more next week. So we could still keep staying ahead, but it might be worth scheduling a visit for this guy too. We can get him in next week against Bowling Green. They're 5-2 though. That might be a tough game. Could also get him in on the bye week. It's also a good shout. What can we promise him? Proximity to home, I guess, is going to be the best one. I feel like we have to schedule visits in order to win these big star commitments, but don't know if I have the points to spare at the moment. We'll have once again I'll double back. So I want 2 visits. I want one for the safety, one for the running back, and I'll have to leave 80 points to make that happen. Or I could just leave 40, right? Because I schedule them both for the bye week, right? I do one week and then one next week, so because you get the 40 points back every week, and then they'll just both come in the bye week. I feel like that makes the most sense. I think that's what I'll do. That sounds a bit easier. All right, so I'm scheduling a visit for Eric Mendoza, and I'm in a pickle. Do I schedule him for Week 11 versus Bowling Green, or do I get him in on the bye week? They are a higher tier opponent than us, so we get a huge bonus if we win, and the decrease if we lose isn't that bad. So it might actually be worth giving it a shot. We are playing better. We are playing on a lower difficulty too, which makes it a little bit easier. So if we were still on Heisman, I definitely wouldn't schedule him for this game, because we would have just been blown out against 5-2 Bowling Green. But you know, it's kind of tempting now. I might do it. If we're gonna win this one, we need to go big. We're not gonna win a 5-star playing conservative on the recruiting trail. We'll get him in next week. Big game. 5-2, top of the conference, Bowling Green, and we'll have to put on a big show when he's here. Both Lonnie Dunbar and Cameron Perkins are seniors this year. They will be gone. We don't really have anyone waiting in the wings to replace him. So Eric Mendoza could step in and be the guy immediately. And we kind of need to make that happen. We kind of need to beat out Duke. All right, we'll advance to the next week and see how the board plays out. Terry Poole is your MAC Defensive Player of the Week. And yeah, well deserved. I've moved him down the depth chart a lot just because he's so unbelievably slow. But he found his way onto the field, and he found ways to make plays. We got to give it to him. So we are still ahead on Eric Mendoza. We've actually dwarfed Duke in terms of influence gain. But it'll be very, very close at the end here. We got him in week 11, but he's got visits week 13, 15, and 16 coming up. And we are matching them on influence gain right now, but it'll be very, very close. We desperately need a win against Bowling Green if we're gonna have a chance. If we lose, it's basically over. So yeah, a lot riding on it, but hey, you gotta play with fire if you want to stay cooking in the kitchen. And I'm confident. Did add another quarterback to replace Lau Luter. I have 2. One's a scrambler, one's a field general. Neither of them are probably going to start over Vince Trinidad, but I went with the field general just to have someone with a better arm on the roster. And who knows if this scrambler guy even has good speed, because it's not a guarantee anymore. So I'm going to go with Sam Oshinowo for right now. Hopefully we can get into the race. No one's offered on him yet, so should be able to move into the top 8, but we'll see what happens. Then I've got Anferny Lamb, physical wide receiver from Lawndale, California. No one's offered on him either, so we're going to try to get into the race with him as well. It's going to be a lot of that, just finding good people that are still open and just trying to work our way back in. A lot of scary names on that list, obviously, but I haven't really noticed them, so hopefully we can sneak in and grab them. And we've been passed up by Ball State for our center. Like, why do they want every single player that we want? Like, I'm sick of it. I'm actually going to send the house for this guy. He's not really the best. He will be our starting center next year, though. And I'm sick of them stealing every one of our players, so yeah. I don't care if it's a stupid amount of resources wasted. I'm not letting Ball State get the best of us again. And then we've been locked out on our D tackle. All right. Just recruiting D tackle is the hardest thing of all time. I don't know what to do. Nothing I do works out. And of course he wants Alabama. Oh no, this might be another loss, but keep going after people I can't get apparently. I don't know what the deal is. We have stayed just barely out of Ball State. I don't know if that influence gain is including their visit though. Is it week 11? Yeah, it is. So I don't know if the visit influence appears until after the week. I know it does for us. I don't know if it does for the CPU though. I feel like it appears the week of, because they'll just get massive influence gains, which have to be visits. So if we stayed ahead, even with their visit happening, that's good. That's a good sign. But I kind of want to get him on a visit anyway, because once again, it's Ball State. I'm sick of them. We can sell proximity to home. I think that's what we have to do, just to really ensure that this recruitment goes through. All right, and that's going to be all for this week. Next week, we'll be playing Bowling Green, and it'll be a huge game. We got to win out to be bowl eligible. That's the first part. And we'll also have a 5-star halfback in attendance, and we need to win this game if we want a chance to land him. Said that last time. We got a 5-star and a 4-star in attendance, and we just shit the bed. So We'll need a better performance this time, that's for sure. But I'll leave that for the next episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.